Yo, what is going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. Here we are in round 3 from June 24th Locals. We've got Kashtira on the left and Live Twin Spright on the right. And as our Kashtira player starts off their turn, I got a couple quick things I want to talk about. Just kind of like, I guess, small little updates as they do their combo here. Starting with Rise Heart and Theosis. A little bit of an unorthodox opening, but you know, we'll get the job done. There won't be any Locals feature matches after round 4 goes up, because I do have round 4 for a little while, because I'm not going to Locals this weekend. I didn't go last weekend, and yeah, I won't be there till what day is that? Let's see, until the 15th it's looking like, so be a little bit of a gap until we get some Locals feature matches. And I think that's honestly fine, because as much as I like doing them, I think I want to try taking a little break from them and try to force myself to do other things, to try to mix things up on the channel and try to rework some things and just give myself some time to think about where I want to go from here with the channel, because I've been feeling very burnt out lately. And yeah, I think taking a small break from the usual might help with that. I don't know, but yeah, I'll try to keep you guys updated, you know, via Discord and my stream community tab, etc., what the plans are. I've got some deck profiles coming down the line that I'd like to get posted. Nothing super crazy, but you know, that's kind of what the game plan for now is. So, and also a 1 deck 1 month. But yeah, also if you want to hear my day-to-day go-to thoughts, checking out my streams on Twitch is probably the best way to do that, because yeah, I talk about a lot of stuff there sometimes, so definitely check that out, link below. So we are gonna see the Rise Heart pass for Kashtira with 2 sets, and Live Twin board getting to the point where they've got Kiss a Kill Frost, Lila, and they've gone into Sky Striker Ace Azalea, which is a pretty interesting monster that has just come out. It takes 2 light and or dark monsters, and if it's special summon, you can target a card on the field and destroy it, and then if you have 3 or less spells in your graveyard, you can send it to the graveyard. Or I think it might automatically send itself to the graveyard, yeah, if you have 3 or less spells. Which I think is kind of a nice little feature that it has to, you know, make it not as good in decks that aren't Sky Striker, because this is a pretty solid card in its own. I even thought about playing it in Photon Galaxy, interestingly enough. So Preparations is going to help recover there from losing the Rise Heart, getting back Fenrir. Book of Moon is going to stop the Gigantic, and unfortunately, yeah, even if that red was a carrot, wouldn't matter there. But they do have red on board, I guess, which is something. They're definitely going to need some sort of extender here to keep going. Otherwise, Fenrir and Birth are going to go crazy on the next turn. And, of course, they have Preparations, too. So it's basically like double Birth, because I believe Prep only summons from hand or banished. It doesn't summon from grave. He does have Rise Heart, and he does have Unicorn banished, so it'll probably be game next turn. But he does have the starter, so they'll activate starter. They've already summoned Blue and Jet this turn, but they're just going to go ahead and summon another Jet from the deck. And not really sure what this will get them. I guess just a monster negate. Yeah, I guess that's quite literally just the game plan. Not the greatest game plan, and they're also going to just go ahead and summon out Scareclaw Kashtira there in the end phase, well, during the main phase, before they go to end phase. And they're going to banish Theosis to add back Rise Heart. And now Birth is going to bring back Unicorn, activate Unicorn effect to go ahead and search for a Kashtira spell. And they're going to grab another Theosis. And I could see this just being game here. So they're going to activate Theosis, targeting Unicorn. So it gets to summon a non-win. They're going to summon out Ogre. in defense position. And we'll see if they end up searching for Big Bang here. I don't know if they necessarily need it or if it's even in the main deck. They're going to special summon Rise Heart, activating the effect, banishing Birth from the deck, and then making the opponent banish 3 from the top face down. So now it's a level 7. And we're going to see a rank 7 play here. I mean, they still have a monster negate live technically from the red, but it's not going to be a monster negate that destroys since they don't have a rank 2 to tribute. So they're going to go into Dark Arm, Dragon of Annihilation. Well, I guess, I mean, okay, for some reason I thought they couldn't tribute a set monster, but I guess you can, since it tributes for cost, not as part of effect. Okay, so yeah, okay. So they are going to use red there, tributing off the Gigantic to negate the Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation, which is pretty strong. That would have cleared the whole field, but they are also only at 13. So Fenrir's going to attack, banish the Jet face down, redeclare attack over the red, and then 25 from Unicorn and another 26 from Scareclaw Kashtira, and they're going to get to look at the extra deck, force banish card face down. They're going to get rid of another Gigantic, and then they're going to, in battle phase, use prep to summon out the Rise Heart in hand, and that is going to give them the extra damage they need to be able to go for game. So that is the end of game 1. We're heading into game 2. We're going to see the live Twin Spright deck go first with a normal summon Kiss-a-Kill. That's going to bring out the Lilla, and we're going to see them activate Dimension Shifter here. Now, normally that'd be a pretty solid card to have in most situations, but of course the live Twin Spright deck doesn't really care too much about it. I mean, of course, you are turning off some things in the live Twin engine. You are turning off just the live Twin engine entirely, I guess, because you don't have those names in rotation in the grave. But of course, then you're just now playing Spright at this point, and Spright is notoriously pretty good under D-Shifter. Of course, the deck has obviously played this card in the main and the side in the past. So they're going to summon out Blue, summon out Carrot, summon out Jet. That is going to go ahead and search out the starter. They have Droll and Lockbird in hand, which could be kind of crazy if they didn't have the D-Shifter. But also, if they start Planet, like the Droll and Lockbird does kind of go nice. But again, D-Shifter is a thing, so this is going to make Djinn Buster. So they have a Spell Trap negate, they have a Monster negate, they have another Monster negate in the form of the Djinn Buster, and they have a dead Droll and Lockbird because of the D-Shifter. That is one of the most annoying things about that card, is like, sure, you know, sometimes your engine is a bit hindered. You know, your engine's a bit hindered sometimes, but sometimes your engine is completely just dead under D-Shifter. And then it also just, for some reason, has to turn off hand traps, because for some reason, some hand traps say, you know, just discard this card. Others say, send this to the graveyard. I have literally no idea why some of these hand traps have these different, you know, clauses to them, like DD Crow, Ghost Ogre, Droll, and Effect Veiler, I believe all say they have to go to the graveyard. Well, Ash, Bell, Mourner, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Mourner is not one of those cards. It's very weird. And like, you could say like Ghost Ogre, like you could say it's because they're older cards, but at the same time, Ghost Ogre is like a relatively new-ish hand trap, you know. It's one of the first of the Ghost Girl cards to come out. But now it looks like we're going to see Unicorn effect attempt to search for a spell. It's going to get negated by Djinn Buster, and then on a new chain, we're going to see Fenrir and Unicorn activate Banish the Gigantic face down and ripping the Sky Striker Ace Azalea from the extra deck. But he's already got the Birth in hand, so he's going to go ahead and activate Birth, and then Special Summon Rise Heart. Rise Heart effect is going to go ahead and activate to banish a cash from the deck, and looks like they're going to go for the Ogre, and then the opponent will lose the top 3 cards of their deck. I think I saw another Droll and Lockbird there among those 3, and then activating Birth to go ahead and bring back the Ogre effect to go ahead and search for a trap. So they've got the whole setup now. They also still have a red negate here. They're going to go into a Rise Heart and attempt a Rise Heart effect, targeting the red to banish it face down. They're just going to use red effect, tributing off the Gin Buster to negate and destroy. And then they're just going to pass after setting the preparations. End phase starter for blue. And blue effect, go ahead and add Jet. Now, it seemed like a weird way to play that out. But I guess you have preparations to bring back the Arise Heart anyways, so I guess you don't really care so much. Can't recall if they used their battle phase or not that turn. They could have just also attacked over the red and then kept the Rise Heart on board with 3 materials. But the Spright deck is going to quickly go into a Zeus play. Double send Zeus to help the Sky Cavalry and the Downer Magician. That's going to clear the board once to kind of equalize things. And yeah, that's pretty good. Especially now they have a way to stop the birth next turn, which is also huge. I mean, hitting any cash on summon will be pretty high impact, and especially because we have a Live Twin plus Jet to grab Smashers. I mean, pretty good. So now they're going to activate Gigantic Effect. Go ahead and special summon a Kiss-a-Kill Frost from the deck, and then link off both Gigantic and Frost into Kiss-a-Kill. And then they'll use that effect to bring back the Lilla. And now that we're not under Shifter anymore, which as you can see how well the deck played under Shifter, going to go into Evil Twin Lilla, and then bring back the Kiss-a-Kill effect to go ahead and draw 1. And then they can link again to have a pop on the next turn. Looks like they'll do just that. So go into Evil Red, or Evil Red, and then set Smashers and pass turn. They'd get slapped with a Dark Ruler, but they still have Smashers, and they still have Droll and Lockbird in hand. And on the activation of Birth, you do have to flip up the Smashers there because that card is insane. And we'll see if what else they have in hand. Looks like they don't have anything, so they're just going to go ahead and pass turn. They did have to get rid of their Live Twin engine last turn, though, to use that Smashers, so they don't have too much, but of course, they do have the Sunny Snitch, and looks like Cash is going to just admit defeat there, and we are into a Game 3. Game 3 situation, where we're going to see the Kashtira deck go first, starting with Pressured Planet that will resolve Chaining Shifter. No Droll and Lockbirds here. Even if you did have one, we're chaining the Shifter. Would have been the best time to Droll the Cash deck is on Resolution of Planet, but we got the Shifter, which is basically called by the grave on steroids, depending on what hand traps are in the format. So yeah, Unicorn into Birth, into Fenrir, into Rise Heart, special summon Rise Heart, and then we're gonna overlay into Shangri-Ira using the effect of Rise Heart now to go ahead and banish. And then make the opponent banish 3 face down. And they are thinking here about what exactly they'd like to banish at this current point. Say maybe Ogre makes sense to get that in rotation. Get access to preparation. Or Big Bang if it's in the deck at this point, which I don't think it was in their deck in the first game. So maybe it's sided in now. And they're going to get a zone here locked via Shangri-Ira because of the Rise Heart. And they're going to go ahead and use the field spell to attempt to pop Shangri-Ira, which will force itself to protect itself by detaching Fenrir, which will get banished because of Shifter. So now they have access to that to bring back off of Birth. Or preparations potentially, or I guess it's an add back off of Theosis. So now they're going to use Theosis, targeting out the Ogre. Go and summon a non-water Cash. And they're going to summon a Fenrir. And the Theosis will get banished as a result of the Dimension Shifter. And Theosis effect will add back the Fenrir. And now they're going to go ahead and overlay into Rise Heart, set, and pass turn. It's pretty solid on board. It looks like draw phase, they're going to flip up the preparations. And standby phase, they're going to use the effect of Shangri-Ira to go ahead and summon out probably a Fenrir most likely. Yeah, Fenrir from the... main deck, and there is Dimension Shifter. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the zone will stay locked because it is a lingering effect. And they've got Harpy's Feather Duster as well, which is also pretty insane. And Big Bang, there it is. Yeah, one of the cards banished because of the Duster, because, you know, we're still under Shifter here. It's going to allow them to detach and special summon the Fenrir under the Rise Heart, but it's going to get Kaiju'd. We had Dark Ruler, we had Duster, we had Kaiju, and on top of that we have Engine, which means not Engine. It means we can Zeus, because why not? We're just Zeusing out here. It's one thing I hate about Spright decks is just because, like, it's literally because of that. It's like you just made your deck is just adept at making Zeus, and that just outright wins you the game. Like, you don't even have to try. It's like I just Dark Root and make Zeus, and it's something about it that really just makes me feel a certain way. I don't know how to describe it. On summon a Fenrir, Zeus, pass, activate the Sunny Snitch. That's gonna get ashed, and they're just gonna swing for 3,000. Pass. He's like, hope you top deck good. They do top deck pretty good. That is a unicorn. That is a birth. Or maybe we're not getting birth. No, we are getting birth. And unfortunately, they cannot bring back a Rise Heart because it says specifically in Onyx Seas Kashtira. Thank God it says that. Or else, you know, the Rise Heart to one hit would probably be kind of meaningless. They've also got Summon Limit there. So that Duster was kind of in order. So Fenrir is going to go ahead and grab out the Scareclaw Cache. Scareclaw Cache will get summoned by banishing Fenrir. And then they're going to go for a rank 7 here. Kind of hesitant on the rank 7. Did I just see 3 Big Eye in the extra deck? There's no way I saw 3 Big Eye. No, okay. One of them was a Red Eyes Flare Metal. Looked similar for a split second, like I saw 3 Big Eye. So there's going to go Big Eye, take Zeus, swinging with Zeus, and swinging with Fenrir, and I feel like we're going to slap our own Zeus on top of that Zeus. And I guess you could do that as well. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense. And they're going to activate a Trouble Sunny, or a Trouble Sunny Snitch, rather. And that's going to go ahead and add the Lila effect. That's going to go ahead and resolve here, bringing out a Kiss a Kill. And they still got a couple cards in hand. I mean, they could also Fenrir here, put him on Have Another Extender. It's a risky thing to play, like, because, like, with the Live Twin Spright stuff, it's like you gotta have like 2 interruptions at most. You know what I mean? Like one interruption, one form rule usually is just not enough unless it's like Judgment, the normal summon, and then put someone to have exactly starter. But yeah, looks like it is going to be enough here as they do admit defeat, and Kashtira will take the match there. Pretty grindy match, pretty nice match, I would say. I don't think there was anything too crazy there, but I mean, oh yeah, the losing after getting Dark Ruler Dustered and having Kaiju, that's pretty rough, but Cash pulling through there. So last but not least, a big shout out goes to our current Divine level channel members, our Misfit, HA, Cyber, Cadillacs, Pony Stark, and Green. Thank you guys so much for your incredibly kind and very generous support of the channel. Much love, guys.